You're looking live at the Dasmariñas Arena, the site of the quarterfinals for the 2023 CORSA Tires Asiabasket Championship Dasmariñas. It's the crossover knockout quarterfinal round. Two teams have already booked their place in our semis. The final four, another two teams hoping to book their tickets this afternoon and tonight. It's time for games 3 and 4 of our quadruple header. First off, the MisOr Mustangs are taking on the CORSA Tires in game 3 of today's quadruple header slate. Magandang hapon po. My name is Nancy alongside Migs Bustos. And Migs, what a thrill to be covering this quadruple header with you.
It is because Benil Blazers and Shawarma Shack have already booked their tickets to the semifinals. Ngayon, magiging mas mainit ang labanan natin because everybody wants to get that semi-seed and eventually to the final stand.
Let's start with CORSA Tires. This is a team that has been on an up and down streak. They finished with a 2-2 record here in Asiabasket. Heading into this quarterfinal round, they're still trying to build momentum, and they really have to do their best right now because they're going up against a MisOr Mustangs squad that is hot.
Actually, Stan, that was a big statement win against the hometown team, the Dasmariñas Monarchs. As you can see, Gerald Anderson and his team really just, providing the numbers. It was a tight game all throughout. They led by as much as 12 in halftime, pero nakabawi doon ang Dasma and finished off with a 7-0 run to end that game. Just showing character, maingay dito kagabi. Lahat gusto manalo yung hometown team, pero sila alam nila yung gagawin eh. When it comes to crunch time, big win for them. And ngayon, kalaban nila ang MisOr Mustangs, to gain momentum for them to be able to gain a semi-slot.
Now let's look at your updated bracket right now. You've got the Benil Blazers and Shawarma Shack, as you mentioned, Migs. They're already in the semifinals, which happen tomorrow, November 10. As for this game, it's the 3 seed from Group B, CORSA Tires, versus the 2A seed, or the 2nd seed in Group A. That's the MisOr Mustangs. Later on, you've got the hometown team, the Dasmariñas Monarchs. You can call them underdogs because they're the number 4 seed in Group B. They're taking on Statham Academy, who is on top of Group A. So that really tells you the essence of this crossover knockout matchup. Now, let's talk about the MisOr Mustangs. They started this tournament pretty slowly because they were blown out by Statham Academy. They were coming off a championship win in the Vismin Super Cup, but since then they've racked off 3 wins in a row.
Well, you know what? Just like all other teams, di ba, natalo sila maybe first or their second game, but that's all that they needed to have, just a feel-out game, and then, eventually MisOr Mustangs winning their last 3 out of 4, as we can see some stats, some data right here. Axel Doromal, 24 points, in those big games against Makati Circus, and also a big win, to end off the elimination round against PCU Dasma. Eugene Toma with 28 and 17 that game.
The MisOr Mustangs picked a great time to be hot, but can they keep this win streak going? That is the question heading into this matchup against this CORSA Tire squad, which does feature a mix of veterans and young players. And of course, they are led by one Gerald Anderson. Looking at their league ranks in terms of team stats, what stands out the most to you here, Mix?
Well, of course, not much really, not that compelling stand when it comes to the team ranks and the numbers that they produce. Pero more or less itong CORSA Tires, medyo chapsuy yung kanilang naging record dito, 2-2 at the end of eliminations. Pero yun nga, nasabi nga natin kanina, big win for them to be able to gain this slot, the number 3 seed sa kanilang bracket. Pero kahit number 3 seed, Stan, importante, big win yun, momentum win heading into this match.
Now let's turn it over to our game announcer for the introduction of lineups.
Number 4, RV Berjay. Number 6, Eloy Tan. Number 8, Andrew Katipay. Number 9, Jimelson Portales. Number 13, Young JV Kapunan. Number 14, Irvin Mendoza. Number 18, RR Pagulayan. Number 24, Ian Pardo. Number 31, J. Morgan Payan. Number 36, Ebuka Omianosi. Number 44, Jerome Garcia. Number 88, Edsel Mag-isa. And last, number 3, Gerald Anderson. And now, let's make way for your MisOr Mustangs. Number 1, Edek Doroteo. Number 3, Eugene Toba. Number 6, Nikki Monteclaro. Number 9, Kevin Velasquez. Number 10, Joseph Nalos. Number 11, John Gonzalez. Number 14, Taytay Chudoro. Number 17, Jetro Sombero. Number 21, Val Acuña. Number 24, Edward Paras. Number 33, Joshua Lazaro. Number 61, Axel Doromal. Number 71, Aldeo Lucero. number 88, Broil Mecca. Last, number 29, Las Coulibaly. And for our referees in charge, our crew chief, Harry Santos, umpire 1, Dennis Escaros, umpire 2, Jesus Boras. And for our technical delegate, Salvador Cortez Jr.
We are just moments away from tip-off here between the MisOr Mustangs and CORSA Tires. One quick note here for the CORSA Tires squad. Great to have Coach Monch Gavieres back at the helm of CORSA Tires. He actually missed their game a couple of nights ago because he had to attend to an immediate emergency. His mother had to be taken to a hospital, so we are still wishing Coach Monch Gavieres and his family the best, the best in health as they had to deal with that situation. So it was actually veterans Jojo Hunanan and Andro Katipay who had to step up as player coaches in that gutsy performance from CORSA Tires.
Well, you know what? Gutsy win din. You know, as we could see si Waray, di ba?
Waray Gimpayan.
Waray, yes, oo. Kasi si Waray kahapon talagang he was very timely. You know, 0 turnovers, very efficient game. Itong si JR Gimpayan, 26 points, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks, and timely baskets at that. You know, he was all around. His game is all around. Makikita mo siya nasa paint, magdadrive, dedepensa. And that 7-0 run, he was a big factor in that one to close out that game strong.
Zooming out here, Waray Gimpayan's actually averaging almost a double-double, over 18 points per game, 9.3 rebounds per game. Very efficient at the foul line as well, 88.2% here. So it says a lot about how he's contributing. Another one of their key cogs here is one Jerome Garcia, who's only averaging over 15 minutes per game, but he's averaging 13 points per game. So if you're one of those stat heads who are into the per 36 minutes stats here, he's bound to impress given the ratio of his minutes played and his scoring average.
Yun yung maganda dun eh, no? Makikita mo 15 minutes per game pero 13 points.
Right.
Right? So that's like close to a point per minute. And that hindi biro yun pagdating sa basketball. Usually, you'll get your groove on, you'll get the feel out, and usually the field goal percentages stand mga 30-40% is okay-ish. Pero for Garcia right here, not just Jojo Conanan, not just Waray Gimpayan, not just Gerald Anderson, Jerome Garcia is also in the mix na maaasahan mo pagdating sa point contribution.
Now let's cross over here to the MisOr Mustangs, and you gotta talk about their MVP candidate here, Eugene Toba, the man in the middle. This is a man who is leading, or one of the leaders in rebounding, almost 15 per game, also averaging 18.5 points per game on the defensive end. He's also been a menace, averaging 1.5 swats per contest and 1.3 steals per game. So he's really provided an all-around contribution para sa MisOr Mustangs.
Pagdating dito sa mga foreign players natin, no, isa si Eugene Toba sa mga dapat abangan dahil not just the stats as you mentioned, but also his experience with the San Beda Red Lions. You know, when it comes to the NCAA, yung mga pukpukan talaga dyan, tsaka yung mga, alam mo na, yung exposure and yung competition, he's used to the physical aspect, right? Samahan mo pa ng mga Tay Chodoro, samahan mo pa ng mga Val Acunin ng mga teammates, at JR Kawaling. You know, these guys can really complement each other to their games.
Speaking of compliments, yung tag team partner ni Eugene Toba down low, his name is Las Coulibaly, and he's also been averaging a double-double, 16.7 points per game, over 13 rebounds per game. He's shooting 70% from the floor, and he's actually standing by with our third member of the broadcast team, Amira Almamari.
Las, you've been playing basketball for 6 years in the Philippines already. How has Asian basketball helped you grow as a player, especially being the only basketball player in your family?
Asian basketball helped me to increase my confidence and
Yeah, it helped increase your confidence. And speaking, aside from basketball, you also shared with me that you were a maritime student and you went out at sea for 1 month. Can you tell us what that was like?
that was a new world, and that was different than basketball. So
All right, thank you, Eugene. Good luck. Back to you, Stan and Mix.
Thank you very much, Amira. Las Coulibaly. We talked about Eugene Toba being a defensive menace. What about Las Coulibaly? It spells trouble whenever he's manning the interior.
And we can see ngayon no, sa warm-ups, halos magka-height sila ni Eugene Toba. I'm really excited, you know, just to see them work together, complement each other. You know, they can play inside and outside, and definitely Las Coulibaly's experience, you know, yung conditioning niya, And it's interesting really on how he works well with the local players, especially at this type of contest.
Yung last game ni Las Coulibaly against the PCU Dasmariñas Dolphins, he had 5 blocks. He's leading the league in blocked shots. 10 blocks overall in our very quick tournament so far. So a big challenge para sa CORSA Tires, who yung kanilang foreign player hasn't really been playing on the level of Eugene Toba and Las Coulibaly.
Importante nga talaga dito. It will be a total team effort. You know, Umyanozi has played limited minutes yesterday. Not much really in terms of point production. Just like the challenge yesterday of PCU Dasma against Pilipinas Aguilas. Wala talaga silang foreign player, PCU Dasma. And then dominated dito ni Mustafa Arafat and nung kanilang isang foreign player. You know, it's the same story here. Same story here. So it will really be a challenge in terms of rebounding, points in the paint. Dapat talaga, gang effort, gang rebounding, total team effort for CORSA to come out with this win.
CORSA Tires, as we know, this is a roster that really relies on their guards to produce, Gerald Anderson being one of those key names. So this matchup between Gerald Anderson and Axel Doromal or Tete Teodoro should be a fun one as we get set here to introduce the starters.
Starters. First, from your CORSA Tires. At guard, number 6, Eloy Tan. At the other guard, number 2, Jojo Cunanan. At forward, number 31, Jaymar Waray Gimpayan. At center, number 36, Ebuka Umyanozi. And last, at guard, number 3, Gerald Anderson. And for their head coach, Mon Gavieres. And now, from your MisOr Mustangs. At guard, number 71, Aldeo Lucero. At the other guard, number 61, Axel Doromal. At forward, number 3, Eugene Toba. At the other forward, number 21, Val Acuña. At center, number 29, Las Coulibaly. And for the head coach, J.R. Kawaling. This is the 2023 CORSA Tires Asiabasket Dasmariñas Championship. Sulong na, sulong pa, lungsod ng Dasmariñas.
This tip-off of the game is brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets. The CORSA Tires lineup, look at their 3-guard lineup that they're fielding here to start this one. Very unusual strategy considering the Twin Towers approach of the MisOr Mustangs.
It will be a battle of coaching dito, Stan. Kasi di mo makakaila, no? CORSA Tires, even though on paper, mas lemado dito ang MisOr Mustangs. Pero don't count them out. You know, they've done, you know, wonders in terms of strategy. Right, Coach Monch Gavieres? It will be a battle of speed.
Quick turnover here as that ball bounces off of Axel Doromal, and now CORSA Tires has a chance to draw first blood.
I won't count them out, you know, when it comes to CORSA Tires kasi kita mo nga dito, 2 imports, right, and a bunch of experienced players as well. Pero laban dito ang CORSA Tires sagrado. Magaling kasi sila fast break.
You've got Gerald Anderson almost losing it right there. Eloy Tan and Jojo Cunanan in the backcourt. So you're looking at the veteran presence of Jojo Cunanan to stabilize you as Gerald Anderson drills his first 3.
When Gerald Anderson, when you leave him wide open, most likely he will knock down those shots. Yesterday, bantay sarado siya. So he was just, you know, being steady in terms of the 3-point baskets, but made timely threes in the end.
And Gerald Anderson not afraid to let it fly. He's averaging over 15 points per contest, as Val Acuña doesn't hit that 3. Eloy Tan on the break, stops, dishes inside. Gimpaya, no good.
Well, just important for CORSA Tires to stay aggressive. Huwag silang ma-intimidate sa mga long arms ni Toba.
Deflection there from Gerald Anderson. Referee awarding the possession here to the MisOr Mustangs, so they get a second chance here. Lucero going off that Toba pick, dumping it down low into the painted area outside.
And that's what you want if you're CORSA. You know, force turnovers, make them think na sige, relax sila. Pag nakarelax sila, tsaka sila maging aggressive.
That Gerald Anderson three-point shot of the game was brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets. And that's a turnover for CORSA Tires. Backcourt violation. Missed opportunity yun para sa kanila to build on this quick start.
Interesting to see J.R. Kawaling coaching. If it's the first time you're seeing him, maybe you're used to him seeing him on the hard court. But now he's one of the tacticians now.
It's actually his first stint as a coach. So it's nice to see itong mga players natin na may second life yung kanilang career, di ba? Even if they're not necessarily winding down, we know na si J.R. Kawaling has no intentions to retire. The shot clock is about to wind down here. And the MisOr Mustangs must have totally missed how much time they had remaining.
No, J.R. Kawaling, pwede pa nga magbihis yan eh. Pwede
Nasa
pa
kondisyon pa eh.
maglaro. Kondisyon! Parang si Jai. Jai.
Shout out to our co-founder, Jai Reyes. Always in shape. Jojo Kunanan throwing that up and using the glass.
And there you go, 5-0 to start the game. They're just being aggressive. Hindi sila intimidated sa depensa ng MisOr Mustangs. Just, taking their usual shots.
Deo Lucero slashing through the paint and gets that layup to go. First basket for the Mustangs. Deo Lucero had 2 games back-to-back with 16 dimes. One of our league leaders in assists in Asiabasket for this tournament. Gerald Anderson stops, pops, can't get that one to go. Fast break opportunity. Doromal is all alone and gets that one to go.
Well, quickly recovering itong MisOr Mustangs, recognizing na, hindi tayo pwede mataw ng 5-0 dito.
And technically, the MisOr Mustangs are the higher seed. So may pride factor pa rin yan.
That's true.
Ayaw mo magpatalo sa lower seed, ayaw mo masabi na ikaw yung biktima ng upset.
That's true.
Gerald Anderson on the left side now. Crowded defense for him. Eloy Tan through the elbow. Nice pass to Gimpayan. Almost rejected by Coulibaly, but what a deterrent talaga to si Coulibaly.
Well, good for Gimpayan, when he got the ball down low, hindi siya nag-alangan. But that's the big difference maker. Yung mga usual na easy baskets, yung mga usual na point-blank shots, when you have Toba and Coulibaly, that will really spell the difference. Medyo mag-aalangan, but nag-a-adjust ka ng konti.
Rare miss at the line for Waray Gimpayan, who plays much bigger than 6'2", lalo na yung mga kamatchup niya. 6'7", Eugene Toba, 6'6", 6'7", Las Coulibaly.
Tsaka itong si Gimpayan, alam mo yung batak sa laro eh. Na-mention ko nito kahapon. Alam mo yung palaroin mo ng 40 minutes, hindi na papagod.
G na G itong si Waray Gimpayan.
G na G si Gimpayan.
Deo Lucero thought he had an opening there. Here's another vet, Vala Cunha. Good ball movement here from the Mustangs. Toba just unable to finish, but he cleans up the mess.
Well, Ominodzi has to do a better job in terms of his physicality. He might not really, produce in terms of scoring, pero yung kanyang hustle and effort and getting those rebounds will be a big key for CORSA.
Nice pass from Gerald Anderson to Umianozi, but Umianozi just couldn't finish that play.
The same thing with that, pick and roll play, maganda yung roll. As much as possible, please do make those shots if you're Umianozi.
Let's take a look at that last basket from Eugene Toba. Tipped it in. So offensive rebound na nga basket pa for the big man. 12 on the shot clock here for CORSA Tires. As Gimpayan from the paint, that push shot is good.
And that patience by Gerald Anderson. That timing of the cut by Gimpayan as well. Caught the defense off guard.
Eugene Toba handling the rock here. Yan, na-double tuloy. Trying to find the open man. Coulibaly at the elbow. Gerald Anderson's trying to swipe that away. Gimpayan with the rebound. Eloy Tan going through the picks. Shot off the free throw lines, no good. And now Lucero's running. Nice pass to Doromal on the corner for 3. Yes!
Kita mo sa bitaw eh. Kita mo rin sa pasa tsaka sa bitaw. Very open, no hesitation. Axel Doromal for 3.
Pinpoint passing from Deo Lucero, who's averaging 9.8 assists per contest. Here's Gerald from behind the arc. Rebound Coulibaly.
That was a good setup play.
Deo Lucero, nice pass, pero hindi nasalo. Acuna tried to save it. That ball's gonna go to CORSA.
As I was saying a while ago, if you're CORSA, just trust the system, run your plays as we could see this, no? Ang ganda nung pasa dito kay Axel Doromal.
And that assist of the game was brought to you by Fiberblaze. Nothing beats local.
If you're CORSA, just run through the plays, run through the system, papasok din yan. You won't get 100% of the shots. But if you remain through the system all throughout the game, most likely you'll have a better chance.
Yung mantra na yan, Mig, sounds a lot like trusting the process.
That's true.
Jojo Cunanan, he loves that open three.
Because the process you cannot skip, right?
Don't the Philadelphia 76ers know it more than most.
That's true. Hindi mo pwedeng i-shortcut. Hindi mo pwedeng, you know.
What a
Go.
dump inside. Koulibaly, easy layup.
And that's the toughest times, you know, toughest, you know, things to do sometimes is just go through the process. Pag naiinip tayo, naging impatient tayo, just like, pag nakuha mo yung bola, tatapon mo sa labas, fast break ka. That's not trusting the process. Go through the system.
CORSA Tires now with possession here. Let's see if they can build off that Jojo Cunanan 3 from 2 possessions ago. Doromal and Tomba getting really frisky here. Eloy Tan with the recovery, but that's a backcourt violation.
Better defense here, showed by MisOr Mustangs.
And let's take a look at that Fiberblaze assist of the game to Koulibaly, brought to you by Fiberblaze. Nothing beats local.
Well, credit that defense to Eugene Toba. Nag-adjust sila doon pagdating sa pick and roll. Siguro sabi sa kanila ng coaching staff, you have to hedge, you have to go over. Kasi kapag dumaan sa pick si Gerald Anderson, pupukol yan. So better defense, resulting in a turnover.
Substitution here for Coach Monch Gavieres. Edsel Mag-isa in the game. Umianozi taking a seat. Koulibaly with a rebound and the putback.
All Filipino for CORSA.
So nag-downsize sila and wala silang foreign player here. So mas lalo naging underdog itong CORSA Tires just based on height.
Well, all the more now that they should run the game. Right? Catch the
Mag-isa.
defense off guard. Pero ngayon mukhang baliktad na nangyayari.
Doromal with a layup. Another fast break opportunity for the MisOr Mustangs. And just like that, they're up by 5. Coach Monch Gavieres wants to talk things through here. And let's look at that three-pointer once again. Jojo Cunanan, what a find by Gerald Anderson, setting his teammate up for the three-point shot of the game. Brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets. We'll be right back with more first quarter action.
Still at the first half and still churning out MVP numbers, Eugene Toba surprisingly is only doing basketball on the side at the moment, as he said that he wants to explore all of his other talents first. Artistically inclined since he was young, Eugene is currently writing music, hoping to put something out by December. But he does not stop there, as he proudly showed me his personalized shoe designs earlier, and he hopes to venture in the shoe industry, designing personalized sneakers for basketball players and celebrities alike. Now that is something to look forward to, Stan and Migs.
Thank you very much, Amira, for that report on Eugene Toba, who's clearly got a creative and entrepreneurial side to him.
Very unusual, very uncommon to hear that basketball players have that artistic side as well. Kasi maraming mga basketball players na nag-business,
Right.
diba? Maraming mga kanya-kanya mga franchise. Pero ang galing, no? Galing.
Following in the footsteps of Damian Lillard, who we all know has a rap career, a hip-hop career, as Dame Dala. Edsel Mag-isa trying to go up against Koulibaly. Gimpayan able to tip it in.
Offensive foul.
So that's not going to count. Sayang yun.
Pero yun nga, good job dito. No? Good job dito by the coaching staff on remaining Koulibaly and Toba. Just down low, wearing them out. Ilang na ilang talaga dito to score in the paint ang opensa ng CORSA.
Big boy basketball here. That's the game for the MisOr Mustangs. They've got a 5-point advantage with about 3:20 remaining here in the first. Doromal from the outside. Rebound, CORSA Tires. Cunanan, outlet to Gerald. He's wide open.
And that is a rare. Actually, that's one of the first fast break points para dito sa CORSA. They should take advantage and, you know, increase the frequency of the fast breaks. And that starts with defense.
Just comparing the fast break points, naka-7 na ang MisOr. And as you said, Mix, that's the first fast break points pa lang para sa CORSA tires. And that assist of the game was brought to you by Fiberblaze. Nothing beats local. Good recognition from Jojo Cunanan there.
Kasi nakita na, nag-leak out na si Gerald eh. Ito, change of game plan. Kailangan talaga, no? Gumana dito yung bench. Warning for CORSA tires and delaying the game. You know, they can use their bench if they're gonna go full court press.
Speaking of benches, RV Berjay in here for CORSA tires. Tete Chodoro's checked in for Coach JR Kawaling of the MisOr Mustangs.
And I'm excited to see Tete Chodoro. This guy is a baller. He can hoop, you know, he can score. Doesn't matter if you're tall, you're 7 foot tall, you're 5'8", he will score on you.
Yan ba yung masasabi nating irrational confidence?
Ay, hindi. Kumpiyansa talaga to. Itong si Tete Chodoro, irrational confidence, maybe to an extent, but this guy, most likely, yung percentage niya, mataas.
Rebound, MisOr Mustangs. Lucero at the controls here. Navigating through the defense. Ganda sana ng pasa, but Brian Meca not in position there.
That's why I say that, Stan, with Tete Chodoro, because we've covered this guy in the NCAA. You know, in season 91, he led his team to a 21-1 run. They were down 2 minutes to go against Mapua. Virtually impossible. But the impossible was possible. They led eventually in the last few seconds, won that game after being down by 20 in the last 2 minutes.
That's the stuff of legends.
Yes. GRU legend, yeah. Tete.
Gerald Anderson's floater, no good. Mag-isa was on cleanup duty, but that's a goaltend.
There you go. If you're CORSA, you'll take it. You'll take every basket. You know, as I mentioned earlier, for you to be able to arrive at many fast break points, you have to start with defense first. Kind of a challenge, a tall order, because you have Coulibaly, you have the big men of MisOr, you have to really get stops right there muna sa front line. And then eventually, tsaka ka tumakbo.
And kung dehado ka na nga sa height, magre-reklamo ka pa kung naka-goaltend, di ba?
There you go.
Another steal, pero nabawi ni Monteclaro for the MisOr Mustangs. Monteclaro, that three-pointer, no good. Coulibaly with the offensive rebound. Doroteo out to Tete. Pump fake, takes the shot. Berjay out to Eloy Tan.
There you go. They gotta run, they gotta run, they gotta fill in the gaps.
Gerald dumping it
There you go.
inside. What an alley-oop.
There you go. Starts with defense kasi hindi ka makakatakbo kung hindi ka makakastop. At hindi ka rin makakastop kung hindi ka rin dumepensa ng 100% effort.
And Jason Strait didn't need to dunk it. He just took the safe shot, caught it in mid-air, and then put it in off the glass as another whistle has been blown here.
Well, parehas lang naman ting 2 points yan.
That's right. And let's take a look at that pass from Gerald Anderson. Alley-oop to Jason Strait. That assist of the game was brought to you by Fiberblaze. Nothing beats local.
And good recognition there, right? Good pass as well.
12 on the shot clock here for MisOr. Three-pointer no good for Brian Meca.
They gotta run right now. All throughout the game.
Here's Berjay on the outside. Dumping it inside to Mag-isa. Good spin move, even better finish.
Wow. Reminds me of a Hakeem Olajuwon move or a Kevin Garnett move.
Good
fake spin,
footwork.
good footwork, fake spin, grab towards the bases. We can see her Mag-isa, na-pick for the move of the game.
And that was brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets. One timeout here before we end the first quarter. We'll be right back. Once again, we're inviting everyone to our Music Fest on November 12th, Sunday. That's our Basket or Asiabasket finale right here at the Dasmariñas Arena. Al James, Nobita, Mayonnaise, our headliners. tickets available over on Ticket Melon, and you can actually walk in and buy tickets on the day itself. And those tickets will be good for the finals on November 11 as well. So get your tickets now right here sa Dasmariñas Arena. Tay-Tay Teodoro, another three-pointer off the mark. Straight running here. Agaw ni Tay-Tay, looking for a fast break opportunity, beats everyone to the rack.
Good recognition by Tay-Tay Teodoro. Good rebound, though, by Straight. Better intention. Better, better recognition there by Tay-Tay Teodoro.
And we see Young JV, yes, the R&B singer Young JV suiting up for CORSA tires. Mag-isa fading away, rejected by Coulibaly. Last few seconds here, pero na-foul pa ni Jerome Garcia.
Well, if you are MisOr Mustangs, you have 3 seconds. We have a lot of time for you to get a decent shot. Maybe from this sideline inbound play, as we can see this, no? The defensive play of the game brought to you by Decathlon. And, Tay-Tay Teodoro, na-recognizing entry pass, cherry picking for him, easy 2 points. As I was mentioning, sideline inbound, get 2 to 3 screens, right? 3 seconds yan. Makaka-shoot ka like this.
Oh, Tay-Tay Teodoro beating the buzzer, and as you called, Mix, sideline out of bounds play. Easy 3 for Tay-Tay.
And ginagawa yun. Na-rehearse na yun malamang sa practice. In-extend lang ng konting sideline inbound. Maganda yung pin-down screen kay Tay-Tay Teodoro, as we can see this. Actually, credit the screeners for this Tay-Tay Teodoro buzzer beater.
And that three-point shot of the game was brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets. We're about to resume with the action here. Second quarter, almost underway. The MisOr Mustangs shocking CORSA Tires with that three-pointer from Tay-Tay Teodoro to beat the buzzer. Here's Young JV from the outside, sumagot.
And this is where they can capitalize itong CORSA Tires kasi nag-zone defense eh. Usually pag zone defense, ang mga mas libre mo mga tira yung mga outside shots.
1, 2, 3, he made it easy. Young JV right there.
Yun
Easy
lang.
pass to Edok Doroteo.
Yun lang. Miscommunication on the defense. Better execution there on the cuts and the slide by Doroteo.
And that split second, nung nakita si Edok Doroteo just cutting inside, that spelled the difference there.
That's true. That's a recognition also by the guard.
RV Berjay, push shot, no good. MisOr looking to build momentum here. Ryle Meca, let's see what he comes up with. Monteclaro asking for a pick. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Almost deflected by Jason Straight. Offensive rebound, Doroteo, and the putback.
4 straight points for Doroteo because of his positioning and hustle.
Edok Doroteo averaging over 6 points per game, over 5 boards per game. Edsel mag-isa, couldn't use those fancy feet. Ryle Meca leading the break. Napatigil. Tay-Tay had to think about that one. And CORSA really forcing the MisOr Mustangs to use the shot clock here.
Good adjustment din dito. Stan para sa MisOr Mustangs. Sumasabay sila dito so we could see this play.
This move of the game from Edok Doroteo brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets. Here's Jason Straight, left-handed shot, gets the lucky bounce.
Good recognition by Jason Straight kasi may kumakat dun sa corner. Napakomit dun yung MisOr Mustangs. Good adjustment, good audible for him just to take it inside.
4 points now for Jason Straight. Picks up the steal. Wala siyang kaagaw, walang kasama. Slams it down with 2 hands.
Jason Straight is the X factor in this game. Not starting, you know, just providing hustle, providing effort. He can even bring the ball down. Nabawiin na si Tate Chodoro kasi na-account siya kanina.
That's right, 6'4" Jason Straight, the former UE Red Warrior, putting himself on the highlight reel. Pero may sagot doon si Nicky Monteclaro. That's a go-ahead bucket. Medyo nag-stall yung opensa ng CORSA Tires. Too many defenders inside the paint, but they tried to force it to mag-isa. And while we sort this out, let's replay that Jason Straight one-man fast break. Found himself a runway, took flight, and then stuffed it with 2 hands. And that dunk of the game was brought to you by Ban Mi Kitchen.
As I was saying earlier, no, maganda yung naging adjustment ng coaching staff ng MisOr Mustangs. Sumubay sila dun sa speed, went all Filipino, and actually got them the momentum right now. That's why they're leading by 2. Pero ngayon, balik na si Eugene Toba.
Garcia from the outside again. CORSA Tires, they're heating up from the outside here.
Back to back. You know, seesaw battle right now we're witnessing.
Monteclaro to Doroteo. They keep going back out. Doromal, nice pass to Doroteo off the glass.
Actually, if you look at the shot chart right now, 3 out of 3 si Doroteo in those same spots.
CORSA Tires, mostly yung second unit nila, trying to give their starters a break here. Jerome Garcia from the mid-range.
Very efficient, Jerome Garcia.
We were just
Can
talking
hit it
about
from anywhere, yeah.
his hypothetical per 36 numbers, which would be insane.
That's true.
Monteclaro for 3, and Garcia cleans it up. Garcia tries again.
I-check sana yun.
Oh, offensive rebound, Edsel Mag-isa. He's got Toba on him. Big versus big. Mag-isa tried to bully his way through the post.
And may humel pang defense doon, kaya mag-isa.
Look at that Jerome Garcia 3. That led him to that next heat check shot. So medyo back down to earth to si Garcia.
We used to call him J. Gars. You know, you used to play for the EAC Generals. Talagang pag-iwahan naman itong si J. Gars. Jerome Garcia, he will really hit the lights out.
At the line, Edsel Mag-isa. How appropriate na he really took that free throw on his own with no one else even in the paint.
Yes. Ito si Mag-isa, ang ganda ng footwork, you know. It's rare that we see this in modern big men right now. Yung back to the basket, just go to the post, right? Trust the process right there. Kasi mostly sa mga big men, nakikita natin talaga may integration na ng outside shot. So mostly they'll extend in the short corner or even just, you know, make a living out of the 3. Hindi na natin masyado nakikita yung talaga mga traditional na mga post moves. But it's great to see this in Mag-isa.
Mag-isa bringing back the old school big man game here locally, at least in our league. He's headed to the bench now. Ebuka Ominozi back in for CORSA Tires. Balacunia for 3. No good for the vet. Jerome Garcia snatching that rebound and leading the break.
And he can take this.
Jason Straight, can he break an ankle on the way to the rack? Nope, Eugene Toba with a steal to Doromal, who's up ahead. Lays it up alongside Jason Straight.
And if you're CORSA Tires fan, you gotta do a better job in transition defense. Nakita mo kanina si Jason Straight, siya yung nasa ilalim, siya lang yung humabol. So dapat lahat bumaba.
Almost a fumble there, but Garcia with the recovery. Here's Umianozi down low. To Berjay. And now MisOr is running again. They're really trying to dull the treads of CORSA Tires. Eugene Toba with that layup.
And ginagawa sa practice yung mga ganon, not just the layup, but filling in the gaps, filling in the lanes. Credit to the coaching staff, you know, just practicing them, di ba? Pag nakuha natin yung steal, takbo tayo lahat, 2 to 3 guys on the fast break.
Filling the lane, yan yung nagpapataas ng teammate grade mo sa NBA 2K.
Yes.
Jason Straight from the outside, no good.
Yung teammate grade mo kasi hindi naman kailangan makashoot ka lang eh. J. Gars, here we go.
From the corner, short, Toba. tips it to himself. Here's Doromal. 1 against 2. Toba's joined him now. Sidestep. And that's a travel.
You know, teammate grade para sa mga pamilyar sa NBA 2K, no? It's not really the points that get your grades up. It's really, you know, making plays, getting steals, making plays for your team.
Kind of like what Eugene Toba here, that defensive play of the game brought to you by Decathlon, and it led to that layup from Axel Doromal.
Kumbaga kung C+ ka, magiging B- ka na doon. Steal and an assist and a fast break point.
In
diba?
just one play. That's when you
true.
do the right things.
Yes.
Katipay has checked in here for Coach Monch Gavieres. Gimpayan back in. Offensive rebound. Can't get it to go. They have a third chance here. Gerald for 3. Katipay, the smallest man on the court, jumping sky high to get that offensive rebound. But Umyanozi took a hit there.
Nagkakagilian sa ilalim. And this is where you see the physicality and the effort. No? It's just an outcome, siguro, for that moment. You gotta give credit to both teams, you know, just hustling for those boards.
Coach J.R. Kawaling, very cool, calm, and collected here on the sidelines. I just want to go back to Andrew Katipay, all 5'7" of him, springing up to try and get that offensive rebound.
And almost an assist also.
But Waray Gimpayan could not finish. Lucero tried to leak it out to Doromal, pero naunahan sila ng depensa. Doromal posting up Katipay, fades. Kinulang, but there's Eugene Toba. And having bigs like Toba and Coulibaly, such a luxury in tournaments like this.
Alam mo yung mga ganong klaseng play stand, you can teach height. Laki. Kahit anong effort mo, ang haba.
You can't out-tall someone. Clearly, CORSA Tires, they're learning this the hard way. Katipay slashing through. And there's a scramble for the loose ball. Denied there by Coulibaly. Acuna sets up Coulibaly with a jam! Two-handed tomahawk from Las Coulibaly. He got the block, and he got rewarded for his efforts.
There you go, Valapunya recognizing the presence as we could see this. Good play, yun, block yun.
And that defensive play of the game was brought to you by Decathlon.
And as you can see, Valapunya recognizing his teammate, wanting to give him a highlight reel in that slamma jamma.
Las Coulibaly just letting everyone know that he's not one to mess with. (37-32), that's the score in favor of the MisOr Mustangs, who just rocked the rim off that last Coulibaly slam. Gerald Anderson's checked back in for CORSA Tires.
Adjustment now dito para sa MisOr Mustangs, extending that defense.
Drive here from Garcia, kicking out to Katipay. Right corner 3, way off.
Loose ball foul called on Gimpayan.
Let's take a look at this move of the game brought to you by CORSA Tires. CORSA Motorcycle Tires dominate the streets. Umyanozi just looked helpless there against Toba.
Ayun na nga. Ang tangkad eh.
And Umyanozi is no small guy. He actually played for the CEU Scorpions between 2015 and 2020, but he's just undersized compared to Toba and Coulibaly here as MisOr extends its lead to 7.
If you're CORSA, you gotta get a bucket right now. You don't want to be down 7-9 as a turnover is called in CORSA. Just
Gerald
gotta
Anderson
stop, yeah.
took one too many steps there.
Gotta get a stop kasi yung 7 manageable pero pag nag-9, pag nag-10 na yan, medyo lumalamang na ng konti. Lumalayo na ng konti yan.
Let's show you that Aldeo Lucero basket using his footwork in the high post brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets. Lucero only averaging 6.3 points per game, but setting up his teammates, that's his specialty. So the MisOr Mustangs going back to their starting lineup. Doromal missing that shot. Rebound, MisOr. It's Deo Lucero who got that one. 8 on the shot clock. Lucero finds his way to the rack but can't finish. Gimpayan with the rebound. He's running as well. Thought he could be a one-man fast break. Inside to Umianozi, back out to Pardo. They go to Gerald from the foul line. Yes!
That was great use of space, great use of patience by Gerald Anderson, recognizing the defense na nasa tabi niya. Nasa tabi na niya, sige, pull-upan ko na to.
And that's an example of ball movement and just getting everyone involved. You saw that there wasn't really one guy who held the ball for quite a while in that possession for CORSA Tires. Lucero, nice pass to Coulibaly, couldn't spin his way in. Gerald Anderson all alone for that finish. Three-point game here as we get down to the last minute and 22 in the first half. Let's see how Doromal wants to set this. Toba, rare shot from the outside. Gimpayan with the rebound. Muntik ng manakawan ni Lucero. Cunanan for 3. Gimpayan lost the rebound battle there.
If there's one thing about CORSA Tires, hindi sila nagpapadihado ng malaki.
Axel Doromal, corner 3, but there was a collision between Pardo and Lucero.
No, I say this because Dasma Monarchs had a big 9-0 run yesterday, to open the second half. They were up, they were down, but they were always able to get back, no matter what deficit.
Now let's take a look at the drive of the game involving Gerald Anderson, brought to you by Jabber Motocom. Make rides more fun. And we get another whistle as Pardo tried to make a move here for CORSA Tires.
44 seconds left, 2 for 1. Opportunity, you can get 2 baskets compared to 1, maybe, by MisOr Mustangs. Now, the thing here is, if you get a 2 for 1 opportunity, you just always have to remain aggressive. Right? Hindi yung parang ibabato mo na lang para lang just for the sake of having a 2 for 1. You don't think about the next possession. You don't think about the second possession. You think about the first muna, get a stop, bonus yung pangalawa.
MisOr making a sub here. Coulibaly's taking a seat as Gerald drills a 3 to tie things up.
There you go. You got to make a stop right now. Just like that, after being down by 7, they're back at the game.
Gerald Anderson already in double digits. About 10 seconds separating shot clock and game clock as Edok Doroteo feeds himself again, courtesy of Aldeo Lucero.
All right, this time, thought it was the last shot, but recognizing that fast break.
Doroteo bouncing it off of Gimpayan. Smart play.
It would have been big. That was a good pass. Yun nga lang, hindi pinalad.
And now let's take a look at that Gerald Anderson 3, brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets. And MisOr could have the last shot here. Extend their lead again. Last 3 seconds, Deo Lucero in the paint, dumping it to Doroteo. And we end the half with the MisOr Mustangs with a narrow lead, 41 to 39 against CORSA Tires. What did MisOr do well?
Well, they really adjusted well depending on the lineup of CORSA Tires. Para sa kanila, hindi importante yung meron tayong dalawang foreign import, hindi automatic dun na tayo yung lamado. They really went with the game, made those adjustments, and really just executed, when it matters most.
And at the half, the MisOr Mustangs 41, they're up against the CORSA Tires 39. Let's send it over to the third member of our broadcast team, Amira Almamari. She's standing with Axel Doromal of the MisOr Mustangs.
That's right, Axel. You're one of the youngest players in your team. How is it playing with veterans and being under Coach JR?
I feel so very motivated na nakalaro ako with the pros with sa mga kuya ko, and I just want to prove something sa kanila and dito sa liga na to.
With how things are looking, pwedeng napakatagal at nakakapagod tong game na to dahil dikit na dikit. How will you sustain?
I think I just need to be consistent and stay motivated ka. Lagi nang sinasabi ni Coach na maging stay focused lang and continue yung mga ginagawa namin sa court.
All right, thank you, Alex. Good luck. And we'll be back after this break.
Life is the will to power. The desire to dominate and reshape the world, to conquer, to reign, to rule the streets. The challenge awaits. Will you answer the call and dominate with total control? Unleashing the supreme CORSA with excellent grip and handling performance. Designed for longer mileage and extended durability. Optimum balance for your daily riding. The Supreme itself, muscle of the road. CORSA. We live in an interconnected world. A shared past, present, and future. Connected by a series of ties. Strengthened by love. For better or for worse. The need to adapt when there is change, to support one another, to bring kindness where there is pain. The need of loving kindness, of interconnection. The future you used to chase, the future you used to want. Now, you're living it. This is Jabber. Reconnect, adapt, and evolve. Jabber Motorcom. Make rides more fun. Life is the will to power. The desire to dominate and reshape the world, to conquer, to reign, to rule the streets. The challenge awaits. Will you answer the call and dominate with total control? Unleashing the supreme CORSA with excellent grip and handling performance. Designed for longer mileage and extended durability. Optimum balance for your daily riding. The Supreme itself, muscle of the road. CORSA. Life is the will to power. The desire to dominate and reshape the world, to conquer, to reign, to rule the streets. The challenge awaits. Will you answer the call and dominate with total control? Unleashing the supreme CORSA with excellent grip and handling performance. Designed for longer mileage and extended durability. Optimum balance for your daily riding. The Supreme itself, muscle of the road. CORSA. We live in an interconnected world. A shared past, present, and future. Connected by a series of ties, strengthened by love. For better or for worse. The need to adapt when there is change. To support one another. To bring kindness where there is pain. The need of loving kindness, of interconnection. The future you used to chase. The future you used to wonder. Now, you're living it. This is Jabber. Reconnect, adapt, and evolve. Jabber Motorcom. Make rides more fun. Life is the will to power. The desire to dominate and reshape the world, to conquer, to reign, to rule the streets. The challenge awaits. Will you answer the call and dominate with total control? Unleashing the supreme CORSA with excellent grip and handling performance. Designed for longer mileage and extended durability. Optimum balance for your daily riding. The Supreme itself, muscle of the road. CORSA.
Joining us is Coach Rafi and Yon of CORSA Tires. Coach, you mentioned earlier that the atmosphere at the dugout was hype. So how have the team players been pushing each other?
Yeah, even yung team namin down by 2, we coaches push us, then work doon sa mga lapses namin during sa games. Then we need to cheer up each other kasi hindi pa tapos eh. May second half pa, so laban lang.
And Coach, 2 points is not that far off. Kaya what will you do in terms of composure and not being rattled, especially in the second half?
Yeah, sa second half siguro adjustment dun sa plays kasi medyo may sometimes nag-loss kami dun sa plays. So get back on the system na lang. Then pull each other para to get the win.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck. And back to you, Stan and Migs.
Thank you very much, Amira. Coach Rafi Inyon there of CORSA Tires giving us his insights from that first half, which this score is actually closer than it seems based on how back and forth both teams went at one another.
Actually, you know, as we could see some highlights from the first 2 quarters, it's been like this, you know, for CORSA Tire, just hustling and effort. And I was supposed to say, you know, Stan, Rafi Inyon used to play for the Perpetual Help Alta. So maybe meron siya mga natuturo, mga post moves, mga back to the basket moves. You know, a good addition to the coaching staff para dito sa CORSA Tires.
Just a few minutes left here before we kick off the first half. What stood out to you in terms of the big stats from either side?
Importante talaga dito yung rebounding. Hindi sila masyadong nagkakalayo. I would think from my impression that MisOr would dominate the rebounding department, pero hindi. 23 rebounds compared to 19. Right? They can have 23 itong MisOr, but maybe kung dominated talaga yung rebounding department, baka siguro mga nasa 11 or 12. Pero you also must give credit to the hustle and effort, of course. Kahit medyo dihado sila sa height, lumalaban talaga sila.
And you see that in just how close this game has been, despite the fact that CORSA Tires enters this game undersized and seemingly unmatched just because of how intimidating that front line of Eugene Toba and Las Coulibaly is.
Well, you know, as we can see right now, the way that CORSA is playing, medyo hindi yun yung story ng game. Diba? As we can, na-mention nga natin yung rebounding department. As we can see the game leaders, wow, Gerald Anderson with a quiet 12 points. Quiet 12 points because everybody has just been, you know, contributing, you know, with having 6 points, mag-isa with 6. Everybody, Joe, nagko-contribute sila with 5. Also, Jerome Garcia and Jojo Conanan as well. But the Gimpayan, expected mo na to kay Gimpayan eh. You know, he may be undersized, he may be a little on the leaner side, but he will get you those rebounds as well.
Deo Lucero, typical game as well. 6 assists from him. And Las Coulibaly already with 3 blocks here. So we talked about this at the start of the broadcast. Just everything that he can do on the defensive end for the front line of the MisOr Mustangs. He's bringing that in spades and then some.
Yun nga, no? As we can see also, let's also talk about some stats. Bench points for CORSA, 20-16, and points from turnovers because of their hustle and speed. Kaya din sila naka-force ng turnovers, 15-6 so far for CORSA.
Deo Lucero from the outside, rebound Umianozi. Second half already underway here. And for CORSA Tires, same lineup that they began the game with. Tan going through that Umianozi pick. Passed out to Cunanan for 3. Nasobrahan.
And that was actually an open layup already for Tan.
Axel Doromal thought he had his man with a pump fake. Wala pa rin on that second shot opportunity. Ngayon, iniinda niya yung face niya.
Medyo lumipad ng konti yung braso ni Gerald Anderson, loose ball foul on that one. As I was saying, Tan rather. You know, that was an open layup pero nagkatalo lang dun yung angle. As we could see this, loose ball.
And na-swipe ata ni Eloy Tan yung mukha ni
Check that,
Axel
yes.
Doromal.
Check that. It was not Gerald Anderson, it was Eloy Tan, you know. Just going for the ball, you know, nothing, no harmful intention.
No, nothing unsportsmanlike about it.
Yes.
Pero syempre, that's bound to affect yung vision ni Axel Doromal, especially if he has to take a couple of free throws. Good to see him and Eloy Tan shaking hands.
Hindi naman sinadya.
Wala namang mali siya.
Wala namang mali siya.
So our officials are just conferring, reviewing yung foul na yun.
If it is unsportsmanlike, kasi anything above the head, or maybe the shoulder rather.
And it has to be a play on the ball.
Play on the ball.
So while our officials are reviewing it, this official review is brought to you by the bringer of news, features, and scoops in the world of hoops. That's Hoop Junkie. Follow Hoop Junkie on your favorite social media platform. Shout out kay Boss Amo, Patrick Edrozo. Let's take a look at that. Last foul once again. So our officials have deemed it a common foul. You could probably say that that review probably helped Doromal get his bearings back. Kaya napakakalmado as he drilled that first free throw. 2 for 2 at the line. Itong si Axel Doromal, who is serving his residency before he suits up for EAC in his one-and-done season with the Generals next year. Three-pointer, no good for Tan. Koulibaly almost lost it. Toba with the recovery. Bringing the ball around. Toba thought about it. Napalapas to si Eugene Toba. Found himself an opening. Took that shot. He has license to shoot.
And I was supposed to say that was a risky adjustment kay Gerald Anderson in terms of that defensive end. As a result, open 3 for Toba.
7-point lead here for the MisOr Mustangs. Gerald in the paint. Another floater. He's got 14.
Well, going-buwi naman siya doon. As we mentioned a while ago, doesn't matter if you're down by 12, by 7 or 9, CORSA will find its way to get back.
Gerald Anderson takes about 15.5 shots per game, but he's pretty efficient here in our contest today.
14 points so far for Gerald.
They go back to Toba. Time running out. Toba once again from the outside. No good. Umyanozi gobbling that up. Outlet pass. Naagaw ni Toba.
That's the thing, no? Especially when you're tired, when the game gets tough, you gotta stay disciplined.
Koulibaly just keeping at it. That's not gonna count.
He swung his elbow. Offensive foul.
This is not good if you're Coach JR Kawaling because last Koulibaly already picked up his third here. Yun, natamaan niya si Waray.
3 fouls, pwede pang isugal ng konti since you're in the third quarter. You play him on.
No subs just yet. CORSA Tires going back to Gerald. Mid-range J. Can't find the money there. Offensive rebound. Eloy Tan from almost near the free throw line.
After being down by 7, now they're just down by 3.
And that's the thing about this CORSA Tire squad. When you think you're about to knock them out, they strike back an inch closer.
You cannot count them out. You cannot count them out indeed.
One of the scrappier teams we've met in 2023 dito sa Asiabasket. They showed similar character in the Las Piñas leg of our league back in July.
Oh,
Fast
great
break to
find!
Waray.
I just had to, you know, I just had to because sakling-sakli. Diba? Ganda ng lead pass. Now they're just down by 1.
Gimpayan takes it to a single possession game here. Coach JR Kawaling calls for time. Let's take a look at that fast break once again. Eloy Tan finds Waray for the layup all alone, and that assist of the game was brought to you by Fiberblades. Nothing beats local 46-45 in favor of the Mustangs. Not even 3 minutes into the second half, we've seen CORSA Tires fight back against the MisOr Mustangs. A couple of key baskets for them. Waray Gimpayan hitting that layup right there before that last timeout. Let's see how MisOr responds. Less than 10 seconds on this possession. Vala Cunha from the outside. Rebound Umyanozi.
Actually, you gotta credit that hedge. You gotta credit that switch. Put Acuna, you know, not really in rhythm in taking that shot.
Jojo Hunanan and Eloy Tan here working together in the backcourt. They find Gerald, takes the 3. Offensive rebound, Waray, kinulang. Here's Lucero. Dumps it to Toba. Shot off the glass is good.
But if you're MisOr Mustangs, you gotta do a better job at rebounding. Maybe around 5 to 6 offensive rebounds so far in the third quarter for CORSA.
Double digits na tong si Eugene Toba. 11 points to go with the 7 rebounds as Gerald finds Gimpayan inside. Kabanggaan sila ni Toba dun.
That was a good play by Gerald Anderson. Yung amo yan nung dalawa, no? Ang ganda na nga ng open shot ni Gerald, pero nakita niya leaking out inside si Gimpayan, resulting in 2 free throws.
Gimpayan only has 4 points here, but he's been very crafty with trying to find his openings inside the paint.
Speaking about offensive rebounds, hindi nagkakalayo dito. +1 lang ang MisOr Mustangs when it comes to offensive rebounds.
At the line, itong si Waray Gimpayan, who recently played with the likes of JJ Helterbrand and Mark Pingris as part of the Imus SV squad. So for sure, he's learned a thing or two from those basketball legends. Gimpayan goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Single possession game once again here, but not if the MisOr Mustangs have anything to say about it. They're crowding Acuna there. Acuna with a drive. Way off tong floater niya. Umianozi just snatching that from Toba.
After an effort once again, Balakunin not finding his rhythm so far in this game. Parang off yung floater niya. Parang hindi yun yung tira niya.
Not the Valacuña we're accustomed to seeing, that's for sure. They feed Umianozi inside. Rare bucket for the big.
That's called threading the needle. Ang bagal ng bola, pero somehow, someway, Umianozi gets it right place at the right time. 48 all.
That's the first bucket for CORSA Tires. His former player, the former CEU, foreign player, former CEU Scorpion. And Umianozi took the hit as Lucero tried to drive there.
Now, this is the thing now, Stan, for both teams. You gotta get a stop. You really gotta get a stop. As we can see this, though, by Iloy Tan. The Fiber Blaze assist of the game support local. Ganda no, no? Parang alam niyang aangat si Eugene Toba. Kaya saktong-sakto yung bounce pass niya at that spot. That's IQ.
Deo Lucero at the line here. No good on the first free throw.
And as I was saying, Stan, both teams have to get a stop. Meaning, hindi ka nagtitrade ng baskets. You get a stop, hindi mo papasko rin. You really gotta get a stop consistently for you to get momentum.
That's how you put the clamps on in this game. Another whistle, and now we're gonna go the other way. So that lane violation.
So, chance for CORSA Tires.
Now let's take a look at that last three from Eugene Toba from a few possessions ago. And that three-point shot of the game was brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets.
Big basket here for CORSA to gain momentum.
Gerald thought he was in his spot, no defender. But that's going to be a turnover. Offensive foul against Umianozi. His bad draw.
That's an illegal screen, right? When you set those screens, it's important to be patient. Diba? Do not skip the steps. Eto na nga.
Coulibaly all alone!
Nakatulog ang depensa. Yes.
What a missed opportunity for CORSA Tires there. Iloy Tan for three. And ito na sinasabi mo, Migs, trying to trade baskets. But to no avail as Lucero picking up the pace. Coulibaly once again inside. Can't clean that one up. Gimpayan with a rebound. Kunanan back to Gimpayan, deflected by Lucero. And that Coulibaly dunk from a couple of possessions ago just changed things here. Chodoro for three, rebound Gimpayan.
You gotta be patient if you're CORSA.
Mahaba pa, over 4 minutes pa remaining dito sa third quarter. Pero mukhang nagmamadali, nagkakagigil yung laro ng CORSA.
Just trust the plays.
Here's Gerald. Back to Gimpayan.
There you go.
Using his body to defend that shot. Just unable to connect.
Well, that was a good shot considering that Toba was there, huh?
And you could see the fear. Kaya nga ginamit niya yung katawan niya, di ba? Pang sangga.
May alangan ng konti.
Axel Doromal against Gerald. They go back to Lucero. 6 on the shot clock here. Lucero for three. Rebound Coulibaly. And Coulibaly isn't exactly automatic down low just because of how frisky the defense has gotten in the interior. Gerald, walang depensa, takes the three and makes the three.
All day. You leave him wide open, he's gonna make you pay.
He's a different Gerald. He's G-Easy from the outside right here. CORSA Tires finally in the lead, Migs, with over 3 minutes remaining in the third. And there's a foul on that Tete Chodoro 3. Let's take a look at that Jojo Honanan assist, that Gerald Anderson 3, and that three-point shot of the game was brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets.
The biggest lead of the game for CORSA was 5. Para naman sa MisOr was 7. Actually, mga 2 to 3 times lumamang ng 7 ang MisOr Mustangs. But CORSA Tires just, finding ways to get back. Tete Chodoro, as I mentioned, definitely a hooper. Hindi pa nga nag-iinit to eh. When he gets the ball, he can take you in isolation. He can make you dance. He's a takeover guy. Ito si Tete Chodoro. Takeover Tete.
5'9" Tete Chodoro, as you said, the former JRU heavy bomber.
Played for Barangay Ginebra as well in the PBA.
2 for 3 at the line. Ito si Tete Chodoro taking back the lead for the MisOr Mustangs.
Ito na, nagpalit dito ng front line ang CORSA Tires. Interesting to see. So we could see straight in Berjay in mag-isa actually in the court.
Now let's take a look at that dunk of the game earlier from Coulibaly. That was brought to you by Ban Mi Kitchen as Berjay hits that floater. So here we go once again. Baskets being traded from both squads back and forth.
So much lead changes. As of nung halftime stand, naka-16 lead changes tayo.
That tells you how close this game has been. As Toba finds himself in position, hoping to get one over Edsel mag-isa, and he does.
Great defense, better execution by Toba.
Ginamit pa yung backboard just for safety here. Berjay and Gerald almost had a fumble there. Mag-isa. Good spin move. Pero yung shot niya, medyo off. Chodoro to Mecca. Floater, yes! Brian Mecca, the former Arellano University player there, getting himself on the board. They're trying to go back to Gerald. Instead, Toba picks it up. Here's Monteclaro. They go back to Tete. They know what this man can do. Monteclaro going through that Toba pick. That basket is not going to count, but credit Monteclaro for using his strength, trying to create position and that basket sana.
Medyo malaki-laki to dahil nasa penalty na ang CORSA Tires. Will give them the chance to put 2 more points and extend this lead to 5. And especially, Stan, you want to gain momentum. Last 2 minutes into the third quarter, you want to end the third quarter on a good note and with a little cushion entering the fourth.
First free throw is good for Nicky Monteclaro. As we review this drive of the game brought to you by Jabber Motocom. Make rides more fun. That was Brian Mecca. 5 points in apong lamang ng MisOr Mustangs with 1:20 remaining here in the third quarter. So yung second unit ni Coach Monch Gavieres, they're now on the floor. Sila Jason Strait, RV Berjay, Jerome Garcia, Ian Pardo, and Edsel mag-isa. Edsel down low, picked up by Chodoro.
Here we go. Big possession for MisOr to, be comfortable.
And Eugene Toba almost lost the rock there. Mag-isa, kind of frustrated now. Well, that's going to go against Berjay, not mag-isa. Eugene Toba, this guy, if you know his backstory, he spent so many years in Team B of the San Beda Red Lions before he finally got his shot at being the FSA of San Beda back in NCAA season 94.
Yep. Getting an experience, even though quote-unquote Team B, of course, in the summer leagues, you get to compete still with the guys from the NC.
That's right. And that's where you really get yourself used to all of the systems ng school, ng program. We take a look at one of our co-founders, Mr. Jai Reyes, the man himself. And in the green shirt is the hoop junkie himself, Mr. Patrick Edrozo. About 18 seconds separating shot clock and game clock here. Chodoro with a drive. Rebound Corsa Tires, straight is running. 3-on-2 fast break. Garcia, left corner, 3. Kinapos, rebound Pardo. Shot clock still alive here, Bird J, no good. And that ball looks like it was last touch Edsel mag-isa. And what is presumably the final possession of the quarter will go to the MisOr Mustangs. Kani-kanina lang Migs tablado na eh, but now the MisOr Mustangs were able to go on a mini run of sorts.
Importante dito is execution. Not really, do an isolation. Just go 1 to 2 passes.
Toba 3, no good. Garcia had time, but he just heaved it. And the third quarter ends with Corsa Tires down by 6. The score is 59-53. That third quarter, MisOr outscored them by 4, 18-14. As we take a look at some of the highlights from that third quarter.
Eugene Toba, ito yung sinasabi natin kanina, nagkaroon ng adjustment si Gerald Anderson on that switch. Toba was open. 3 for a 3. Bumawi naman siya dito in this point.
And here in the third quarter, yung MisOr Mustangs and Corsa Tires, they actually traded baskets for quite a bit. Problem here is the MisOr Mustangs were able to pull it out towards the end of that quarter and go on their own little mini run that's led to this 6-point lead for them as we head towards the fourth.
The last 10 minutes of the game, Stan and Migs, jumping off of what you said about patience earlier, patience is actually what Coach Monch keeps reminding his players of. Patience in running and finishing their plays. Something he noticed was they actually often had broken plays, and so that's what he wanted to tweak. Otherwise, he lets them do their own thing, but for this game, he studied MisOr on the way to the arena, and so that they can address MisOr's zone defense. Back to you, Stan and Migs.
Very much, Amira, for that report on the preparations heading into this one. Another basket there from Brian Mecca a possession ago. It's put up the MisOr Mustangs by 8.
Biggest lead of the game, Stan.
Another bucket there for Edsel mag-isa, and that's a break that Coach Monch Gavieres needed.
Yun na nga, as we just mentioned, biggest lead of the game was 8. As we were mentioning all game long, you cannot put them out. Just like that, has a chance to cut this lead to 5.
And this Corsa Tire squad just will not go away as we look at that move of the game brought to you by Corsa Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets. Edsel mag-isa could not finish the three-point play. Thought he was able to get the offensive rebound. It's gonna go to the MisOr Mustangs.
Kanina, Stan, na-interview ni Amira si Assistant Coach Rafi Inyon. Actually, pareha sila ng laro nitong si mag-isa eh. Kaliwete, back to the basket big, very agile on the post, likes to spin, likes to get those boards.
Very similar nga even the build because you called
Yes.
Coach Rafi Inyon an undersized big man in his playing days. Edsel mag-isa, much of the same, 6'5", but plays down low. Tete Chodoro for 3. Iinit na. Almost got that steal, but here's Jason Straight going up through the backboard and through the defense.
There you go, Tete Chodoro now with 10 points. Make that 7 rather.
7 yan din ang lamang ng MisOr Mustangs. Nicky Monteclaro going through that Jason Straight defense. Uy, nadulas! But Tete Chodoro's here for the save. They go to Edok. Doroteo gets his own rebound. And he's gonna send himself to the line.
You gotta hit those free throws if you're MisOr Mustangs. Kasi alam nila na scrap itong team na to, as we could see this.
That Tete Chodoro 3 from a few possessions ago, that three-point shot of the game was brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets.
You gotta hit those free throws kasi they know that this is a scrappy team. Hindi mo sila, I mean, they won't really give up when it comes to CORSA. And when it comes to free throw situations like this, especially in the fourth quarter, you'll take every chance you can get to extend that lead.
So it's 9 now after those free throws by Doroteo. Jerome Garcia, he's been a steady contributor for CORSA Tires. Can't get that fadeaway in.
Good execution, better defense by MisOr.
And Tete Chodoro just leading this second unit here for Coach J.R. Kawaling. What a floater. And you're really enjoying this exhibition from Tete Chodoro.
I am. He's vintage Tete Chodoro. That's what he can do. Makes all types of shots.
12 na para dito kay Tete. Jerome Garcia, can he answer back? No. And Coulibaly took a hit from Edsel Mag-isa right there.
Here we go. Biggest lead of the game, 11 points. This is actually the time for you for MisOr. If you could seal this game with just a couple of few possessions and hang on and maintain, they will get this win and advance to the semis. If they can do that.
Whoever loses this game is out of this tournament. Hindi na sila magiging bahagi ng ating Final Four in our last couple of days of activities dito sa Asiabasket. Coulibaly. Oh, what a rejection from Jason Straight.
Rare rejection. You see.
Jason Straight just sent that shot straight out of here as we take a look at that defensive play of the game brought to you by Decathlon. Get that weak, you know what, out of here.
Starts with an S.
Yes. Sugar Honey Iced Tea. Gerald Anderson being crowded dito. Here's Eloy. Can't get that layup in. Coulibaly, another rebound. That's his 9th. Lucero, another drive for Deo Lucero. 70-57 with 6:59 remaining. Let's take a look at that last Deo Lucero basket here. Really took advantage of that open lane, and that drive of the game was brought to you by Jabber Motocom. Make rides more fun. And those are our fans of the game, brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets. Maraming salamat po sa ating mga fans from Cavite for joining us right here at the Dasmariñas Arena. Salamat po sa pagsuporta at pagtangkilik sa aming liga. At para po sa mga wala naman sa Etivac, you can catch the coverage on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, on Tap Sports, and on the Blast TV app. Anderson, nice pass there to Gimpayan. Mag-isa and Gimpayan tried to draw some contact, but they took too long down in the paint.
Crunch time here for MisOr. It's actually their chance to be able to seal this game, extend that lead. If you're CORSA Tires, now more than ever that you have to play 200% defense.
Lucero with another drive. They're gonna go the other way. So it's offensive foul for offensive foul here. So kanina they were trading baskets, Migs. Now they're trading offensive fouls. Here's Gerald. He's the leading scorer for CORSA Tires. And he has a game-high 17. Hindi makapasok sa loob. Nice pass to Waray. Ooh, thought he baited Coulibaly with a pump fake. Coulibaly with a defensive rebound. And now Lucero's running into Eloy Tan, who deflects that out of bounds.
Credit that recognition by Coulibaly. Hindi siya kumagat sa fake.
Umianozi checking back in for Edsel Mag-isa. So it's the CORSA Tire starters back on the floor. Umianozi, Gimpayan, Gerald, Jojo Cunanan, and Eloy Tan. Meanwhile, for MisOr, you've got Mecca and Lucero and Doromal, three-guard lineup together with Toba and Coulibaly. Gerald got the bigger defenders on him. Takes that baseline J. Gimpayan at Toba nag-aagawan on that rebound.
Not giving up on that possession, but actually Gerald Anderson, no? When he's taking his shots, he creates space, and when he takes those shots, relax siya eh.
He wanted to go to his spot.
Yeah. Everything but the shot nga lang. But when you see his release from live, parang ano, hindi siya bothered.
Gerald's shooting 7 for 13, about 53%. Not bad, given how CORSA is down by 13 right now. So he's one of the few bright spots for this squad as Doromal hits that jumper.
Go ballooning the lead to 15.
Just beat his defender to his spot there. Gimpayan. Oh, through Eugene Toba. But did the basket count? Yes, it does. So, three-point play opportunity para kay Waray.
Just when you thought namamagana yung lead, no? Fighting back. Back to the basket move by Waray, Gimpayan.
At yan yung sinasabi natin, stop the bleeding. You get a defensive stop and then you hit a basket. Put enough of those together, you're able to climb into it.
But you gotta heal it for good. Hindi pwede mga band-aid solutions lang. Especially in this point in the game.
About 5 minutes remaining here in regulation, so yung urgency factor papasok na rito para sa CORSA Tires.
Coach Monch, you know, pleading na 8-second violation yun.
Lucero with a drive. Almost a double-double for him. 8 points, 9 assists, may 6 rebounds pa. Gimpayan nasa loob. Out to Gerald. From the right corner, 3.
Wow.
Huge shot here for CORSA Tires.
Got it out. Still an eternity of basketball to be played.
What a classic phrase right there, Migs. 12-point game. With about 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining here. Doromal to Toba. Hacked from behind.
That was a duty foul. Make him earn it.
Let's take a look at this CORSA Tires move of the game. Brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets. Deo Lucero. Well-rounded performance yet again.
Now for Toba, you gotta make these 2 free throws. 12-point lead. It's a 4-possession game. Anything can happen. But comparing it to 13 or 14 will make a difference.
Eugene Toba making that first free throw, extending that lead again to 13. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. What a tease of a free throw that was.
Baker's dozen ngayon ng lamang.
Baker's dozen. That's right. Gerald Anderson, sablayang 3. Cunanan, second chance here. Sayang yung one more chance doon. Nakuha ni Doromal, tried to bounce it off a CORSA Tires defender.
Popo, is that you?
Wrong,
Pasha, is that you?
Wrong Star Cinema actor, no?
Lakers doesn't. Di ba 17 championships na?
That's right.
17.
Here's Gerald. 10 on the shot clock. Can he make a move? Doromal beat him to it. Coulibaly on the break. Goes sky high. And that ball just went away from his grasp. Credit Umianozi for the deflection, pero parang may foul yun.
There's a foul, but not an unsportsmanlike. Still a play after the ball, as we could see this replay. Ominozi, medyo delikado lang ng konti, no? Kasi kita mo talagang sasalpakin niya yun eh.
Pero yung landing din ni Coulibaly, Umyanozi, di ba? They were gonna land on one another there.
Yeah.
9 points here for Coulibaly, who drills that first free throw. One more, may double-double na siya.
A powerful guard combination dito. Chudoro is expected to finish the game.
So 3-guard lineup ulit para sa MisOr. Lucero, Doromal, Teodoro, Cerberus kung Cerberus. Tapos may Toba at Coulibaly pa. Coulibaly getting his 13th rebound. Here's Lucero. One more assist will give him 10 on the game. Axel losing Gerald, takes the 3, gets his own rebound. Fresh 14 para dito sa MisOr Mustangs. Doromal finds a spot in the mid-range, drills that J. 15 para kay Doromal. Gimpayan inside against Toba, drills that one. Nine points for Waray. One away from a double-double. 15 points pa rin ang lamang ng MisOr dito.
Well, if you're MisOr, no reason to rush. Still execute, still be aggressive, pero wag madaliin.
Nice deflection from Umyanozi. Fast break dito for CORSA Tires. Eloy, stop, pop, cook! That three-pointer cuts the deficit down to 12. Eloy Tan had all the time in the world to take that three-pointer as we take a look at Eloy Tan's three-point shot of the game, brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets. Our fans here in Dasmariñas being treated to quite the game. Don't let that score fool you, because there's been a lot of back and forth action from both squads. We just saw an Eloy Tan open 3. CORSA Tires still not backing down. Look at how feistily they've been going at it here on defense. Lucero trying to play keep away here. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Doromal inside the paint. Teodoro, time running out, takes the 3. Oh my Lord! Tete Teodoro is feeling himself.
Take over, Tete. That's it.
Na-activate yung takeover badge si Tete Teodoro as we see that three-point shot of the game, brought to you by CORSA Motorcycle Tires. Dominate the streets.
Whew. Yung mga ganon, hindi chamba yun, ginagawa yun. That's what he can do.
And a rare 4-point play opportunity here for Tete Teodoro, much to Coach JR Kawaling's delight. Hindi lang halata kasi masyadong cool and composed itong si Coach JR. Tete Teodoro no good on that free throw. Sayang. 15 for Teodoro. Another steal from Lucero. And one more basket. That could be that haymaker that knocks the CORSA Tire squad out as we head towards our last 2 minutes, brought to you by Grab Kitchen. Ball staying with MisOr after that Tan deflection.
If you're MisOr right now, just execute your sideline inbound. Again, no need to rush. You have 11 seconds, but you can just milk the clock, but still being aggressive.
So echoing Jordan Sparks, one step at a time. There's no need to rush. Ball goes out of bounds yet again there.
Just learn to fly. Right? In these moments. and just love the game.
1:43 remaining.
Did I feel that correctly?
1.9.
In a
Close
way.
enough.
Close enough.
Close enough, good sir.
Kakantahin ko sana eh. So baka umulan.
Hindi yan ang pinunta ng mga fans natin.
Oo.
Papatay
May concert
tayo
naman sa
dyan.
November 12 eh, di ba? Mayonnaise, Nobita, tsaka Al James.
We leave the performing to them. Chodoro, baseline J, short. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be CORSA possession. 1 minute 40 seconds. You're staring up at a 15-point lead. Could this be the end for Gerald Anderson and friends?
Well, dimming the chance of them getting a semi-seat. But still, a lot of time to go. If you can knock down some trees, you know, quality possessions, not really, you know, waste time on the clock, just like this.
That three way off for Gerald. And he's just very frustrated now. You can't blame him after everything CORSA Tires has gone through in this game. This fourth quarter just has not gone their way.
And talagang hounded talaga siya eh. He was getting shots pero hirap siya to get his shots, but now still has 20 points.
So foul kay Gerald, penalty na ang CORSA Tires. So Lucero goes to the line for a couple of freebies. If he drills both, double-double na rin. First free throw is good for Deo Lucero of Emilio Aguinaldo College. Transfer din to from Arellano University. Magkasama sila ni Axel Doromal.
So teammates.
Yes, they will be teammates heading into season 100. So that should be a potent backcourt for EAC as we get a three from Eloy Tan. But could that be too little, too late?
Actually, you know, when you look at the score right now, mas namaga siya to 17. This doesn't really, you know, reflect on how CORSA played today. They played with a lot of guts, a lot of grit, a lot of determination. But as we're seeing right now, imminent for a win ng MisOr Mustangs. Bawing-bawi.
Axel Doromal with another three. He's got 18. And yung grit na sinasabi mo, Migs, that really describes the performance of this CORSA Tires team throughout the two legs of Asiabasket that we've seen in 2023. They made a surprise run to the semifinals back in Las Piñas noong July. And then here, they were trying to replicate that result. Pero unfortunately, kinapos dito sa crossover knockout round because this MisOr Mustangs squad was too much for them to handle.
Kinulang lang sa pyesa, actually, itong CORSA Tires when it comes to think of it. The difference maker right now that we're seeing are the two guys, Coulibaly and Toba. When it comes to their height, when it comes to their presence, you know, yung mga simpleng mga intangibles na hindi mo nakikita on the stat sheet, the way they bother, the way they defend.
That's going to be a turnover for CORSA Tires. Deo Lucero, buhay pang shot clock, just really playing keep away. And ito si Gerald Anderson. He actually played well in 2023 for Asiabasket. He has done so much for our league. We really appreciate everything he and his teammates have brought in. You know, the eyes, the attention that they've brought to everything we're trying to do here.
Well, this is the final score, 15 points. As we mentioned just a few moments back, this doesn't reflect on how CORSA Tires has played in this game, has
Absolutely.
played, you know, in the conferences that they joined at, you know, gritty team, you know, much respect to them. Lumaban, everybody contributes. Galing, galing, hanga, big respect to CORSA Tires.
Lots of sportsmanship then as both teams are congratulating one another on a hard-fought matchup. Just in front of us, Nicky Monteclaro of MisOr and Jerome Garcia, nagpa-picture pa sila. Two good friends on opposite sides. Pero ganun talaga, them's the breaks of the game. The MisOr Mustangs, they are moving on to our semi-final matchup. That's going to be tomorrow. CORSA Tires, they are saying goodbye. So once again, pinasasalamatan po natin sina Gerald Anderson, the rest of his team for everything that they've done to help us with Asiabasket in 2023. 3 legs that we've mounted this year, Migs. And it's been a lot of fun just getting to know his team, his teammates, and the stories that we've been able to tell with them throughout the year.
Well, that's basketball, right? You win some, you lose some. That's the beauty. And if CORSA lost this game, for sure, they are going to bounce back in the next conferences.
Now let's send it over to Amir Almamari, who's standing with our best player of the game, Eugene Toba.
That's right, Eugene. You're putting out monster numbers in the quarterfinals, and you're number 1 on the MVP race right now. But you said that you didn't expect it.
Yeah, actually, I really didn't expect that because I'm just only playing, you know, doing what I have to do on the court and to help my teammates.
What did you guys do right in this game that we can expect in the semifinals tomorrow?
Actually, we did figure out how to play more on our defense, and the defense really helped us prepare what we should do on the offense.
Eugene, anyone you want to greet right now, this is the time.
Actually, I want to say hi to my teammate and my younger brother right there, Lele Gisani, and to other fans watching as well. Yeah.
Congratulations once again, Eugene. Back to you, Stan and Migs.
Maraming salamat, Amira Almamari. Once again, the final score, 87-72 between the MisOr Mustangs and the CORSA Tires. We've got one last matchup that's happening in a few moments. It's the Dasmariñas Monarchs, the hometown team. They're taking on the 1 seed Statham Academy. Tip-off in just a few minutes right here at the Dasmariñas Arena for Mix Bustos and Amira Almamari. We'll see you in a few moments, mga ka-Phil Basket.